Kouri Richins, though convicted of the murder and attempted murder of her husband, she still has a pending criminal case with all like 17, 26, some criminal charges in the fraud realm. Money laundering, pattern of criminal activity, mortgage fraud, bad checks, those sorts of things. So all the financial crimes. She also still has a bunch of civil cases. And the civil cases, I think we are going to start seeing more winding up of those, given that, Kouri has lost her lawyers on all of the civil cases. They yeeted like the day after she was convicted, like literally the next day. Then we have the criminal side where on the murder case, they are waiting for two things. One, a restitution hearing, and two, they are waiting for the defense to file their motion for new trial. The defense at the end of trial had asked for an extension of time. The court gave a brief extension and said, if you need more time, you need to file and ask for more time. They filed and asked for more time. The prosecution said, no, please. And the court said, yes, you can have more time, but the prosecution doesn't have to respond till September. So the motion for new trial is not even going to get argued until probably October. So we're like well into the fall on the motion for new trial. And the defense had asked, they needed an expert or some shit, lots of things that they wanted to do. So we won't even see the defense's filing on the motion for new trial till the end of this month. And then we won't see a prosecutorial response until September. At the beginning of the fraud case, the court had asked if Lewis, Nester, Ramos et al. Would be on that case. They are not part of the public defender's office. They were appointed for the murder case, which means that the taxpayers from Summit County are paying them, but they are not hired under the public defender's office. It is a contract with them. And at that time, Nester and Lewis had pushed back on the court about not accepting appointment on Kouri's other criminal case. And the court's like, yeah, can we just stand in until the criminal case is, the murder case is done? Like, we're just trailing the financial crimes case. Can we just stand in on it so we don't have to go appoint a different attorney or something? And they're like, we don't know if we're going to take appointment on that. We don't know what we're going to do. So the court appointed them kind of for limited purpose. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I was still kind of surprised that even before the next hearing date, the defense is like, we're out by. So the defense in Kouri Richins' financial crimes case has asked the court to let them loose. They would like to be free. Your Honor, peace out. Counsel for defendant Wendy Lewis, Katherine Nester, and Alexander Ramos respectfully move this court for an order permitting them to withdraw as counsel of record for the defendant Kouri Richins in the above captioned matter. In support of this motion, counsel states as follows. Counsel currently appear as attorneys of record for the defendant in this matter. This matter is separate and distinct from other proceedings in which counsel have represented defendant. Summit County has not contracted with counsel to represent defendant in this matter. Your Honor, we have not been paid. Do you think Summit County wants to spend any more money on Nester, Lewis, and Ramos? Let me know what you think. I think no. Maybe Ramos. I could see Ramos handling this case, but probably not Nester and Lewis. Summit County has not contracted with counsel to represent defendant in this matter. Because there is no contract with Summit County for counsel to provide representation in this matter, counsel must seek leave of the court to withdraw. Counsel further believe that defendant's interest would be best served by the appointment of other counsel to represent her in this matter. Lewis, Nester, and Ramos respectfully ask the court to grant this motion dated June 5th. I have not seen the court grant this motion yet. I imagine it will be granted. The court asked, can we please have you as counsel of record on this matter to trail it behind the murder case? So the court was aware that this was probably going to happen, but they also said that this is not their wheelhouse. They don't have a contract. I can't be mad at them about that. Why? I wouldn't do a job that I wasn't contracted for either. They, A, don't have any protections. B, I don't think these are fraud defense attorneys. These defense attorneys did not seem, deeply in tune with the nuances of financial crime. And they said that at the beginning. They said that they were not generally taking these types of cases. I don't think that they will get contracted on this case. It would be interesting if Ramos takes the financial crimes case on his own. I'd be curious to see that, but they're going to need to appoint other counsel. This case doesn't have a hearing set until July, so we'll see what happens in the financial crimes case. No one's going to be in a hurry really to move that case along. I am curious because that's the case where Chelsea Barney is a victim. And I just as a, vibes for EDB, if anyone's granted restitution in this case beyond the Richins family, I think Chelsea Barney is where I would like to see that restitution money go. Now, I don't know if anyone will ever get paid that restitution money, but if Kouri ends up with like a fleet of simps putting money on her books, there are ways that they might be able to go after that money. So you never know. I'm sure that there will be some in every high profile case. There invariably is, but I'm curious about what happens in this case because I would like to see at least that restitution order for Chelsea Barney so that if down the road Kouri ever makes any money, whether it's working in custody, selling her story or whatever it is, that money goes to Chelsea Barney and the others first. So I would like to see that restitution order and I'm curious. So with that, I think it's the right thing for the defense to do. I think it's what we expected, but also it's kind of weird to see that they're doing this in motion and not at the next hearing. And maybe it's because they don't want to hang on for one more day. Maybe they just don't want to hang on for one more day to this case and be like, we got to get it off the books. We're not getting paid. Peace. So another one bites the dust in the realm of Kouri Richins' lawyers. A new lawyer has not been appointed yet. She has not brought counsel into any of the civil lawsuits. She has also not filed notice that she is going to represent herself in the other cases. So I don't know what she's going to do with the civil cases. Some of those cases she sued. So you can't, maybe she'll file a motion to just withdraw it, but there's still no attorney of record in any of the civil cases. Kouri's got a lot of litigation ahead of her, and her lawyers are dwindling by the day. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode and don't want to miss updates on your favorite cases, you're going to need the Laundered app at launderedapp.com. That way you can stay in the loop on the cases that matter most to you, and you never know when you're going to catch feelings for a new case. So make sure you get it for free on iOS and Android. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a Law Nerd.